Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the Rocket League Central Channel here for this Friday night, Friday the 13th. Rocket League extravaganza here for Gfinity. My name is King-Kodiak and I will be one of your commentators for this evening's showcase. Joining me in the commentary box is the lovely, the wonderful Mr. Mythsky.
Thank you very much for the introduction, King-Kodiak, our big bears here once again, and after a long time I'm also making my return, so it feels very good to be here. You kind of took my hat down though. I forgot it was Friday the 13th. No,
I confess I didn't actually realise that until I just looked at the date just this very moment. So then, we're just displaying the bracket. As you can see, not all the quarterfinals have been filled for this evening, but we have got some excellent Rocket League coming your way this evening. We've got Gale Force, we've got Real Gangsters, we've got Method, we've got Jesse Fanboys, and some slightly lesser known squads, but we have got some excellent Rocket League coming your way. Now, for this quarterfinal match that we are streaming, it is these two. It is Method and Jesse Fanboys, a lot, Magnus and Mercenaris, versus, you might not necessarily know the names, the team name. Well, I didn't recognise the team name, but we should certainly recognise the player names of Yemen, Scrubkiller, and Yukio.
Yeah, this definitely looks like one of the key matchups that we have here in the quarterfinals for the people interested about the other side of the brackets. On the complete upper side of the brackets, of course, we have GFE, so that means in a most possible outcome, we might see some two big boys in the grand finals, won't we?
Well, that is the hope, and we have had upsets before where slightly unknown teams have come through as Giant Slayers, and we have lost some familiar names. Copenhagen Flames, for instance, so unfortunately were not able to get through their particular match. Not sure whether they had to forfeit. Mocked Esports, sadly, wasn't able to attend this evening, but nevertheless, we should have some excellent Rocket League coming our way. We have got the information has been sent to our players. Apologies that the Twitch commands are incorrect. I will try and sort that out. Only, unfortunately, I completely forgot about those commands, I must confess, until you, Mythsky, messaged about them, and then I was like, for some reason it won't let me do it. So we'll try and sort that out for you for the next, for when we do our semi-finals. So we are just waiting for our Method and Jesse Fanboys players to hop on board. And no sooner do I say that we have our Method players, a lot, Mercenaris and Magnus, have jumped in. We are just waiting for the Jesse Fanboys.
And there they are.
There they are. I'm getting good at that. I speak and something happens. So Yemen, Scrub and Yukio are in, just waiting for one of them to join the sides, and we will get this underway. And no sooner do I say that, and a lot has jumped in. No one else has, interestingly, but oh, there they are.
That's 3 in a row.
Hoorah! Yeah, it is actually. Maybe I should turn to casting. Right, over to you then, Mr. Mythsky.
Alright, so let's get this first game underway. This will be a best of 5 series. We'll get started with the kickoff, which is here being won by Mercenaris. And we'll see Method squad trying to take up the pace. See the ball being held in the orange half. Ball's already being bounced over. This will be a shot on target, but oh! A little bit of a lousy save by Yemen. What was that?
Yeah, well, yeah. So it's messing about with the overlay there. Oh, just Yemen just bailed. He just absolutely bailed. I love that popcorn. That
Did they
popcorn
do that together?
It looked like it, yeah. And away we go again.
Yeah, looks like we have a quick start for the Method boys. Yeah, the Method boys are very familiar for scoring so much, at least in the RAS season, and this is also why they'll be trying to kick up the pace for their regional playoffs in the weekend. Will be on Sunday. Thankfully for them, they have already qualified, so at this point they'll just have to step up the pace. But this is going to be a shot for Scrubkiller, unless it gets blocked out by a lot, which he does. Magnus now wants to try and take it away. See, Magnus trying to go for a second touch. Matsunar is already waiting there, but the pass is not on point for a lot. He's still going to try and center it. He's getting bumped away here. Can't do much. Still gets a center up to Magnus, and it almost results in a goal.
Absolutely. A little bit of clutch defense going on by the Jesse Fanboys squad, but it is holding out at the moment. A little bit of a breakdown of communication caused that first goal to go in. But we will see how they are able to regroup from this point out. A lot gets the redirect down. Wow, talk about communication. And it certainly came through for the boys in blue.
What a lovely pass from Alot. The most interesting is how little boost he uses to actually pull that off. He used exactly 7 boosts to make that center, and it lands perfectly in the eyes of his teammate. That's 2-0 for Method, a little over the first minute. And that's 3.
You were saying?
Yeah, it looks like I'm starting to catch it as well. Maybe it's a date.
Wow, it's infectious. Well, again, there was your traditional kind of baiting out the defenders, but that was so quick. I love that banner that a lot's going on there. So, well, yeah, it wasn't really much you could say about it because it was such a quick goal.
Well, nonetheless, we're only just getting started with this first gamer tonight, even though it's already 3, almost 4 there, unless Magnus got something to say about that. We'll finally get cleared by Yukio. Let's see if they can pick up the pace. They'll already have to fall back. A lot misses the shot there. This might give him a breakaway opportunity if Yukio can grab the boost, but no, he lands on Metsunar's top. That's going to allow Magnus to take over. He's already in the sky. Scrubkiller clears out properly. A lot tries to center it for Mets. A lot going to drop it down. Oh, that was a nasty shot if we were able to make it.
That was a beautiful passing play. A lot wasn't quite able to get enough angle on it off the ceiling, but I mean. The Method boys have really come good in this 4th season of RCS, is when they really, not that they've ever been a bad squad, but I just feel that this particular season does seem to be the one for Method. We'll see how it transpires for them in the Full Championship, obviously. My personal opinion is their abilities have just come on really strong.
But they definitely have something to go for. I mean, they didn't finish up in first place in the brackets for nothing, and they'll have to show it here tonight. So they're now battling the Jesse fanboys. Maybe this is a shot for Mets, but we'll get blocked out by Scrubkiller. Let's see if the Jesse fanboys are able to transfer that into a goal. Maybe if Scrubkiller comes up now, we'll get pushed over to Yemen, but he's not going to go up for it. Mets takes it up to the front, cleared out by Yukio. Comes back, he now has to come in. Yemen with the clear. Yukio, if he hits it up, could be a great redirect, but Magnus is still waiting there in the goal.
Great effort there by Yukio. There was a little bit of a panic by Yukio earlier on, but that was a lovely passing play. Oh, hello! just as we were talking about you, what is it about saying something and that something happening? It's a very strange set of circumstances tonight. Friday the 13th, I'm putting in there, but Yukio gets the first goal on the board for Jesse fanboys.
Looks well. We have to catch in a little bit about the mic. Apparently mine is a bit static, or it's not doing too great, so I'll try to catch up with that after the game. So you now see Yukio trying to transfer over. It's pulled up to Magnus. Yemen waits. Gets pushed up in the air by Mets yet again. The lot is here to keep it in the orange half. Maybe a shot now from Magnus. And he finally gets cleared out by Yukio. Let's follow him as he tries to take it over. He's got absolutely no boost. Managed to get a center in front, but Magnus obviously waiting there already. Magnus with the pass to a lot. This could be a beautiful effort. It's going to come back. A second touch, maybe a third, but no, it will not result in a goal yet. Although there's still... Oh, this might be one. Crossbar's hit. Yukio has to fall back as well. Still 3-1 with almost a minute left.
So much time this ball has spent in the orange half that the Jesse fanboys have really struggled to get any kind of offensive rotation going. The defence has had to be really put to the test as the rotations from Method. I mean, almost each player from the Method squad is getting 2 touches on the ball per offensive rotation. So that's 6. That's 6 touches that Jesse fanboys have to put into consideration before they're able to get it out of their half.
Let's see if they're still able to take it. We're now in the final 30 seconds. So the ball's getting pushed over. Yukio sets it back for Scrubkiller. This could be the opportunity, but it goes over the crossbar. Magnus is able to loft it away a bit. Yukio's going to try and keep that attack going. Ball's already being pushed back. This will come back. This might be a shot for Mets, but not if it's being blocked out. The time is now taken away. Only 5 seconds left. This looks like it's going to be it for the first game, and for people in the chat, I'll be happy to inform that I will be resetting my headset for the time being, so hopefully the issue will be fixed.
So there it is then, round 1 going to Method. 8 shots from them and only 4 from the Jesse fanboys. Again, just goes to reiterate exactly what I was saying, that all the pressure was on the orange side. They just really struggled to get the board out of their half. But again, these 6 players are such very talented individuals that I'm sure we'll be able to see the Jesse fanboys really come together for next time around. I think Metz Norris is asking for a quick few moments. There's a BRB.
Well, that fits in perfectly. I'm not sure if you hear my mic any different than was before.
A little. We'll give it a go. But yeah, looks like a couple of the Method players are having a moment to just collect themselves. So whilst they're doing that, I just remembered I need to correct the round marker.
Right.
So, yeah, first time I've been in the commentary box for quite some time, so I apologise for those watching the stream if it's a little bit not quite as smooth as you are no doubt used to some casters doing it. It's been a little while since, for one reason or another, since I've been on this side of the commentary box. What have you been up to these days, Mr. Mythsky, as we're waiting for our players? How has life treated you?
Well, obviously, university started again, so I've been busy studying. I noticed that it's been way too long since I was in the casting booth, so that's why I showed up again.
Always good to have you along. Always good to have you along. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since I was able to cast for a couple of reasons that I'm not going to get into here. But so I'm really glad to get back into swing of things. Of course, keeping abreast with the RLCS and RLRS progress. Some of the some of the matches you're seeing there are absolutely insane. PSG nearly completely sweeping, just losing only one match in the RLCS play in the league play. Wow. Bluey the Wonder Boy, there was a reason why I gave him that nickname, and he rather proved it. And Metz Norris has jumped in.
Yeah, looks like we'll be heading back in. I toned down the microphone volume a little bit, so hopefully that'll cut out the static. If not, I apologize in front of, beforehand. We are back though. We're here for game number 2. As we know, Method currently has a 1-0 lead as they also win this kickoff. As Metz Norris is trying to take it into the orange half. The shot immediately being made into the Method goal line, but a lot is there to clear it out. Let's see if he can carry it all the way through. He's there with Scrapkilla on his tail as it's being pushed back to Metz Norris. This is on target, and a lot is not even going to hit it. 1-0 to Method, 17 seconds.
Rather caught the orange defence napping. Yukio didn't get the touch he wanted. That actually brought it right back in the middle. Just a lot. Having a little hop. They maybe thought about trying to steal that one, but let it go. 1-0, not even 20 seconds gone.
Alright, let's see if I remove the pop filter, if that fixes the mic issues. Probably not, but we'll keep on going. So we see Metz trying to take a shot at the goal. So it's already being cleared out by the Jassy fanboys. Scrapkilla wants to go through. Already got through 2 players. And now Yukio gets it past. This might... No, Metz Norris was already back. Way ahead of time. Here's a lot. Is he going to try and dribble? No. He got a fake as well, but it does come back at Metz, although it really see what happened there. Well
backed up by Metz Norris. Well, you saw that a lot just picked this one up. Scrub, well read, but just because he buried himself into the corner of the goal, he could not then keep that Metz Norris shot out.
Well, that's 2-0. We're still in the first minute. It looks like Method is really cruising into a comfortable lead. We saw them take an early lead as well in the previous game. It looks like they want to continue with it. Pass now from Metz Norris all the way to a lot. He's going to loft it back. This will be the shot opportunity for Metz Norris. He's going to try and drop it in by the roof. It doesn't work out too well, but the attack is still there. A lot's already going up. He's trying to go for his famous drop. Should we call it the Alot drop, or does it already have it?
I like it. No, it is now called the Alot drop.
That's going to come back as Scrapkilla will clear it out. See if any of these players will try and make their signature moves as Magnus comes up there. Lovely drop from him. Yemen is there to clear it out.
That
see if he can carry it through.
That was the Mog drop.
Wow.
The passing play yet again. Yeah, absolutely. The passing play really coming true. All 3 of the look at that. All three of the Method players had something to do with that. A lot squeezing that one against the ground. Magnus in a perfect position to send that one home and sending the defender flying.
Some tic-tac play. All going real fast, but that's what we like to see here. Maybe now we'll see a goal coming out from the Jesse fanboys. It's already been brought down by 3 early on the second game. Well, now tries to take it through. This should be the opportunity as Yukio. Now, Yukio's not going to get a clean shot. He's not even going for it. So he now has to clear out instead. So win the contest versus a lot. Magnus already there. He's going to try and pull it back. A lot pass it over to the side again. Just look at the team play from Method here. They're constantly passing and they're just waiting for a mistake to happen, and that's what a lot does. Score.
The tradition.
One already.
It is, yeah. The traditional effect of just constant pressure. Yemen was just caught in a position of which way is this ball going to go. A lot had the entire goal to shoot at and put it right next to where Yemen was stood and right next to the post. So probably the least guessed position that Yemen was going to defend. And that is goal number 4. We've only just done 2 minutes of the match.
Oh no, Yemen, that would have been the golden opportunity to score 1 for the Jesse fanboys. He's got a clean shot at the goal, but unfortunately hit the wrong way. Maybe now Scrubkiller can capitalize on that. Maybe Yukio then. No, he's going to drop it back as well to his teammate. It's not the type of gameplay you want to see, but they're still going to try and keep it up. Ball now comes back, a lot clearing it out. Where's Yemen? Yemen misses the ball there, so Yukio has to be very careful and wins that contest versus a lot. A lot drops it. There's the lot drop, and there's a goal. 5-0 to Method.
That was filthy. Look at that. A lot got tackled. Straight away backed up by Magnus, and then Metanoris there to pick up the lot drop. I want popcorn now.
Yeah, I guess popcorn would be a good way to fill in this evening. I guess everyone in the chat should drop the bit already. Pick it up. But watch out, there are not any spires in it. You know what day it is after all.
Oh, hello. Yukio again. Capitalizing on a defensive mistake by Method there. Everyone was just cheated up. There was nobody back. No one expected the long shot to come in. A lot couldn't double back in time. 5-1. 4 goals against Method in 2 minutes. Good luck with that.
Yeah, looks like this is kind of the trend that they have to continue if they want to put in some goals on the board. They'll have to make some long shots. They'll have to fully surprise Method, because we can already see by team play, Method is just so far ahead. But I think team play wise, they might be the best team around in the EU scene, if not in the entire Rocket League scene. So it's definitely something they've got to show for, and what they're known for already. It'll be one of the hardship that the Jesse fanboys will be battling during this game. Yukio tries to pick it up. It's already limited on boost. Magnus going to try and carry it over. Magnus, what are you doing?
Oh!
Magnus, what a lovely attempt. But no finish.
Oh, Magnus, I don't think he had any boost left at that point, but that was filthy. That would have been incredible if that had gone. Again, fair play to the Jesse fanboys for keeping that out. But, wow. That's all I have to say on that one.
Yeah, we're only on the second game this evening, and we've already seen some very nice goals, and this sweet attempt from Magnus definitely tops it off. But thankfully, we have a lot of games that we'll still be seeing tonight, so I think we should be hyped up for some lovely goals.
Oh, that was a fair shot by Yukio, but Magnus was in the prime position to keep that one away. Oh, well, again, Yukio now really starting to get into a stride. And, Yemen with a fair shot there, just about kept down by Method. Now we're starting to see some offensive pressure come onto the Method side, but they, again, still have an answer to it. 20 seconds ago, I mean, this match is pretty much summed up, but now, do we start seeing some momentum from... No, never mind, more popcorn.
Could definitely use some now, but look at that, the 6th goal ready for Method. We might even go for Brazil as this continues. But what I do see now is in the later stages of the second game is that it sort of looks like the Jesse fanboys are trying to find their way on how they need to tackle this game, or at least to result in less Method goals. We already saw the demo coming out earlier on, the same demo that Magnus now made. And this might be the key for them in the next game. which will hopefully lead them to a few goals and
Brazil!
maybe even a game in the series. But first to Brazil.
With popcorn as well. Can't forget the popcorn. But what you're not seeing from the Jesse fanboys is no real... something I've mentioned a lot before is team cohesion. You're not seeing the passing play. You're not seeing them seeming to look for one another. They're getting the ball and they're getting rid of it. They're not looking to see where their teammates are. Oh, was another one? Oh, don't break the Brazil when you get it.
Exactly. You got to keep it at a Brazil. A Brazil with popcorn, which is even better.
Oh, that's the perfect combination. I mean,
Definitely.
just look at that. My goodness me, Mats is funny. What, 16 shots from Method, 7 of which coming home. My goodness me, Metanoris, the popcorn king, is really carrying that one home from Method. Even if no one else scored for Method, the Jesse fanboys just had no answer. They're sticking too much to their own plays. And, whoop, beg your pardon, that's Scrub Killer Temi off, not reading up. But yeah, they're sticking too much to what they themselves can do individually. They've got to get together as a team to come around this incredibly strong Method squad.
Yeah. What I wanted to say before we went over, I mean, you already see so many goals being made by the Method squad. Also the goal attempts. I think we had about 16 or 17 that last game. I don't think you can apply some quick maths there.
So what?
Let's see if they'll be able to take over.
Indeed. Indeed. I mean, Jesse needs to do something to break up the team, the team play that Method have executed so well. And really, they need to start executing their own team plays to force Method to get more on the defensive side. We've barely seen Method having to do any defensive plays at all so far this series because they've kept all the play in Jesse fanboys' half. They've got to get that pressure away from their own half. They've got to get that ball passing between them. And in the... Oh, what a shot. Saying that didn't come home. Oh, mind you saying that? No, Magnus was up in plenty of time for that one. That's what I think Jesse fanboys really needs to do to disrupt the chokehold the Method has on this. Oh, I was going to be stunned if that one came home.
Yeah, at this point, it's mainly the pressure that they manage to put out. Although a goal does fall there, but this is what they need to do. We see the relentless pressure coming in from the Method squad. And as soon as you're able to break that, even the slightest mistake, you need to capitalize on that. Scrub Killer does that perfectly fine, but now they need to hang on to the lead. With the goals they can see in the previous games, we know that's going to be tough, but definitely not impossible. Not
impossible, no, but again, with seeing the solo play coming out strong, where that was never mind. Scrub Killer set up that goal for himself then, and then followed it through. Unfortunately, that defensive error from Scrub. Yukio just got a terrible touch on that, and Scrub. Oh no, that was knocked away from Scrub. I thought Scrub Killer got the bad touch on that. That was actually sent into his own net.
Yeah, we were just talking about the lead that they needed to hang on to, and it wasn't only for 10 seconds.
And they threw it away themselves.
Well, they've got to start from scratch again, as it's now 1-1. But Yukio might get an opportunity here. Scrub Killer goes up. He's going to pull it back. Metsanor is already waiting there with the pass over to Magnus. Magnus managed to get it through to try and win that 50-50. A lot's going to try and continue it through, but Yukio with the pass sideways. Metsanor all the way up to mid. A lot just drops it down, lands it perfectly on his car. And it almost works out. Not so well yet. Maybe now they're able to break away. Yukio with the shot. That lands on the pulse. So now Mats has to break away. I see Yemen coming in through. He's not going to land out too much with that either. 2 minutes have now passed. We've yet to see a team take the lead again.
Indeed. As the when the Method squad are having to then play defense, they are bringing out the demos to again disrupt the offensive pressure coming from the Jesse fanboys. They've got that, again mentioning team cohesion yet again. They have got that absolutely nailed, and that's really something Jesse needs to get far more nailed to do something in this series.
Let's see if they'll be able to continue through as Magnus now makes the shot on target. It looked like a shot on target at least, even though it was a mere center. So we now see Yemen try to take it away. Has to go up, misses the ball there. That might cost him, but we see the continuing streak coming through. We're now waiting for a lot to pick it up. Just pick it up properly. Yemen is not going to go for it. Skrupkilla then gets beat out by a lot. This is going to be centered. It's actually quite dangerous as well, but it will not result in a goal yet, as Method is kind of letting go of some of the pressure that we've seen so much in the first 2 games.
Method
continue it through.
Method know that they can put that pressure on at a moment's notice. And again, that Brazil setup we saw last time around rather showed that. I mean, granted, Jesse fanboys probably kind of gave up on that one when the gap started to increase. But again, Method know they don't have to play too hard. They don't have to push too much at this stage. It's all for Jesse fanboys to do. But again, we're still seeing that's too much dependence on solo play. They're getting the ball and they're getting rid of it. They're not looking to see where their teammates are, and that is really hurting them.
We've got a little over a minute left. The Skrupkilla tries to fly through, although Mats Snars is there. Lovely pass from a lot as well. And now Mats has to center it. Does it backwards, but obviously you're not going to get too much power in with that. So maybe a lot will try to continue it through. It looks like Method is trying to step up the pace a little bit. They're trying to hammer a lot of shots into the goal, although there's not really a solid pass that came out yet, apart from the one attempt from a lot earlier.
Again, we're seeing a couple of times where the Jesse fanboys players are just clumping right up near the ball. Again, they're not trusting each other to do something with the ball. And again, that's all. I thought that was in there. It was actually a demo from Yemen right in front of the camera. Again, because they are relying so much on their own their own individual performances, they're not trusting in that team dynamic, which is causing them to clump up, and it makes life much easier for Method.
Alright, this might be an opportunity then as Matsunar centers it up. But Yukio has been doing absolutely well here in defense. Let's hope for them it doesn't land in their net. In the final 5 seconds, we might go into overtime here. That's already quite a good achievement from the Jesse fanboys, as they've done exceptionally well. That could have been the opportunity for Yukio, but he will not finish it off. We're in overtime.
Yeah, unfortunately Yukio has done that a few times. Yukio has scored in this series, but those crucial moments where accuracy has let Yukio down. And again, that is exactly as you say, that was a perfect opportunity for Jesse fanboys to win that particular match. But overtime we are. Let's see where we go from here.
Already see the ball speed picking up a little bit, so we look at how Method is attacking this overtime. Yukio leaves it over to Skrupkilla, who goes out with a clear that goes all the way across the field. That's a chance for Skrupkilla, but it will get saved by Magnus. The second save also coming in from one of his teammates. So Yukio misses the ball there. A little bit awkward. And now it's going to be centered over. This might be the shot as Magnus going to drop it, and that's the goal for Method. A bit unfortunate for them, but Method takes it.
Yeah, again, you've got Scrub and Yukio just not trusting one another, both hovering around the ball and neither of them committing to it. And you've just then got a traditional backboard pass and sent home by Method to win the series.
Looks like they've continued well in their bracket series. They've now been able to make it up all the way into the semi-finals, so they'll have to wait a little bit for their next opponent. But yeah, what have they done well in this series? In the last series, it didn't seem like they were applying all of their pressure that we usually see. I mean, the first game was just a really good game for Method. The second game was an absolute show-off with the Brazil. But now this last game, they kind of left some space open for the Jesse fanboys and only took it in overtime. Of course, after a nice pass was made. But I don't think it matters too much for Method. They're on to the semis. We'll wait for them there.
Yeah, again, that was Method allowing Jesse fanboys a bit of breathing space. They knew that they had the mechanical skill and the team play to really make sure that Jesse fanboys didn't run away with it. But again, even with that space that they had, Jesse fanboys could not capitalize on it. So where does this leave us in our bracket? If I update this and do that.
Looks like they have an opponent ready, which is Infuse.
It's Infuse,
Ice DZ, McLovin, and Al Dente.
Yes, 3 names I do recognise, but we haven't seen in the real top flight of Rocket League for a while. Gale Force did a clean sweep on Boost Wanted, which was, as you can see here, original Supreme and Origins. So we will get our semi-final setup, which will be Method GG and infused as a word bench. Do bear with us, and we will get this running as soon as we can.
Waiting for new light, being
Okie dokie, our next matchup is set up then. Infused Bench and Method GG. We have, of course, just seen Method have a comparatively, as an easy time. They may argue otherwise, but I think I think it was fair to say who was in charge of the last series. Infused Bench, as mentioned before, their roster is like so. ICZ, McLovin and Al Dente. Should be an interesting matchup. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, let's hope it's going to be a lot closer compared to than the first and second game that we saw earlier on in the quarterfinals. The third game was fairly close, so hopefully we'll see a lot of games like that. Hopefully not a clean sweep either. But yeah, I think the main task for Method will be waiting later on in the grand finals, which hopefully will be against GFE. But let's not get ahead of schedule. Let's look at this game, Infused Bench versus Method GG. Just to make you guys aware, I'm not fully sure where, but I believe we have one of our other streamers streaming the other semi-finals. Isn't that right?
That will be the Rocket Baguette boys. They are streaming Gale Force's semi-final over at twitch.tv/Rocket Baguette. They will be streaming Gale Force versus the winner of the last round was whoever the... I'm just seeing if that's been updated. Let me see. No, Dario Gangsters and Unique Stars are still in their quarter-final, so that semi has not been decided yet. Nevertheless, we will have our own semi right here with Infused Bench and Method when they get into the server.
Yeah, we send out the word for them, so hopefully they'll be coming out here soon. Yeah, for Method, obviously, this is going to be one of their last training grounds before they head out to the regional playoffs of the RLCS, where they already have qualified for LAN. Of course, they went to battle for that first spot. But looks like they don't want to keep us waiting. They want to get us straight underway. This will be the semi-finals, which will be yet another best of 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct, yes it is. Now, Infused Bench have actually clean swept every match that has led them to this point. Let us see if they can continue, or what if they're able to give Method a much bigger run for their money.
Let's see if we get this underway as McLovin tries to center it up, makes a beautiful pass, fakes out 2 defenders, and look at that beautiful Nissan Skyline that he's been playing with. We've seen it appear earlier on this week, and what interests me is that a lot of people were using it. I think in this squad, let's take a quick look, we have it once.
I was going to say, I've only spotted it once so far. Similar hitbox to the Dominus, I think.
But it feels really light. Been playing with it for a while, and it looks like it takes the first goal of the series as well.
That he does. I mean, wow. This is exactly what we were seeing from Method against Jesse Fanboys in the last series. Just all that offensive pressure and the passing play, yet again, is proving strong to scatter the defenders and send that one home. Just over 30 seconds gone, and it is first blood to Infused Bench.
Looks like the pressure straight away goes over to Method, but what we're already seeing is a lot of pressure is being put up by Infused Bench, which is exactly what you need to do against a team like Method. Make sure that they're not able to make their passing plays, what they are so strong at, and then they might have a chance in winning a few games and maybe even winning this series, as we're now a minute underway. Let's see what they can do if Magnus takes it over. McLovin has to make the clear. ICZ leaves that for him, makes a second touch even the third, as he wins that 50-50. He tries to break it through. And just pass it over. ICZ over to the side. Where is Al Dente? He will not get that yet. There is a lot slowly taking his time. It doesn't look like he has got any boost for that though. McLovin can take it away. Trying to go after it. A shot from Magnus now. They have to clear a beautiful save from ICZ. And Method is ramping up the pace, but they really need to. They're already down by 1. So McLovin, it's a little bit of a weird bicycle touch there, which will not result in any danger in front of the Method goal. A lot now, centers it over. That was a hard center. Maybe now the shot. No, Mets also lays it back. The clear is being made by Al Dente. So far, it doesn't really seem like Method can translate it into a dangerous opportunity.
Not as yet, but we're seeing a little bit of defensive panic coming out a couple of times from Infused Bench, where they're sending 2 defenders for the same ball, or they're having 2 defenders in net. But, I mean, they've certainly got the lead over Method at the moment. Are they able to hang on to it? McLovin, again, we saw a couple of panic touches from him where he was able to get the ball forward. And despite the fact that he's the goal scorer so far for Infused bench, we did see a couple of panic plays from him. Oh, that was a bit of a clutch save from the lot, but Magnus was able to get some momentum on that. Open net! Oh, Metz and Norris managed to get out for that one.
Looks like we've got a scary nickname for Method now as well on this beautiful day, Mothid.
Mothid?
Yeah. Maybe that will translate into a goal now, but the double save with McLovin and Al Dente as they try and make a pass and get going together. Snars with a clear. Pass over by Magnus. This might be the opportunity as the lot jumps it in. He does! Beautiful passing play by Method. And that's goal number 1.
Yeah, his legendary drop yet again. I mean, Al Dente was actually coming back for that. Was so close to getting actually into position for that, but just a little bit too slow. But, wow, I think Method are really going to have to push hard to get past this very impressive Infused bench squad so far.
Oh, what a shot from McLovin, though. That almost results into the goal, and inevitably the lead for the Infused bench, that is. The Method is not given away yet. Magnus trying to go for it. Doesn't win that 50-50. Maybe a lot does. A lot sort of wins it, but it will still be brought over to Al Dente. There's McLovin. Not be brought over to him. A lot with a lovely flip, I think. Not sure what that was. Maybe Magnus will be able to make the send. Neither will he. There's Metz. Gonna come back, but so far it's not. Oh, this might be dangerous as Metz is able to get it through. Al Dente has to make the save. He does well there. Still no goal. No second goal at least for Method. They're really pounding at the goal now.
Yeah, but again, we just saw them doubling up on that ball in the corner. Method needs to just kind of space out a little bit, get that devastating passing play going again. That's already leveled the score up. So they need to just keep it calm and keep it going to make sure they don't start making these offensive mistakes. The Infused bench do look like they have the... Oh, what a save by Ice Teasy there.
What was even more lovely was the setup from A Lot saw he had the time, waited a little bit, and then was able to center it perfectly fine over to his teammate. Thankfully, defense from Infused bench is on point tonight, making it quite difficult for Method to score. Maybe now with the breakaway opportunity as McLovin has the ball, gets it past 2 defenders. Maybe now the pass as well. And no, there's Magnus. He's gonna drop back still. Maybe Al Dente. No, it will be cleared by Magnus. Pressure is there. It's on favor of the Ice of no, ICC's not there yet. Infused bench. You do it. 5 seconds to clear it out. Otherwise, we will go into overtime. Maybe a final shot from Magnus. If this is going to drop in, that would be heartbreaking, but it looks like we will be going to overtime, and we will indeed. First game of this semi-finals, it's already overtime.
Well, I think Method didn't quite come out of the blocks as much on the offensive as they could have done. I don't think they were giving Infused bench quite the credit they deserved. But wow, did they capitalize on it by scoring that early goal in this matchup. But we'll see. I mean, potentially this overtime could go on for ages. We have seen it before. I have actually commentated on... I have had 2 consecutive overtimes totaling 15 minutes. One of them was near... I think it was 8 minutes long was one of them. The following one was 7, so or something along that kind of line. So yeah, 2 overtimes equaling 3 matches. 3 matches worth of time was quite a lot to deal with.
Well, let's see how long this overtime is going to take, as we're now nearing the first minute of overtime. To see Al Dente trying to push it over into the orange half again. McLovin, this clear is not too good. Magnus with that shot, but it will get saved by Ice Teasy. They'll have to come in with the 2 of them, but they still manage to break it away. Now Ice Teasy has to make the pass. Makes the pass, but tries to go for the shot instead. It'll be an easy save for Magnus, as Metz is going to carry it through. Hits it 2 times. Tries to go for the 3rd touch, but McLovin wins that. This might be a long goal, and it is. Al Dente secures game 1 for Infused bench.
What an intercept. We saw A Lot actually got hold of that one. Oh, McLovin was there as well. I think it actually bounced off of Al Dente. I think it was more McLovin's touch. Wow. that could have actually gone disastrously for Infused Bench, because they had 2 of their players trying to block that shot, but it worked out for them. Round number 1 goes to the Blues.
Might be a bit of an unexpected start. I mean, Infused Bench, of course, they have some known players in the community, but going up against the number 1 EU team, at least this goes for the RLCS week plays, they are under a lot of pressure, and they dropped this first game. Of course, there are a lot of games still to go, as this is a best-of-5 series, with the first game going over to Infused Bench. We'll see what Method will do in the second game as we head underway. Don't win the kickoff yet. I see he's going to go with the shot immediately, and Magnus has to come in and make the clear. For him now, the ball's going to come back. A second touch for him, and that will be the goal from Mets. Magnus, what are you doing here?
Oh, what a moment. I mean, there was Al Dente trying to actually come away from the goal to block that one. And McLevin, again, I think he just panicked to try and get that ball away, and that just left the net wide open for Method. It's never something you want to do.
And there was the popcorn again. I think we'll be seeing that quite a lot tonight. Right, so we already have a very quick start for the Method squad. They've been able to do that in the previous games as well, in the the quarterfinals, sorry, semis, of course. And it led into a lot of wins there. Well, only wins. So let's see if they're able to continue it through. So McLovin now has the ball. It's being taken over by Mets. Alad's going to try and carry it through. Let's go over to him. He's going to try and go from the ceiling, but the shot is not on target. Very nice attempt by him, though.
You're seeing very little boost on the Infused Bench players are really being boosted for some reason, or they're just not taking the opportunity to get the boost when they can. They're concentrating a lot on the ball, which I can understand, again, but that can lead to further difficulties. They've got to think about their rotations, think about their boost management, which is all very easy for me to say, but in the heat at the moment against, like you say, one of the EU top squads, it's very much a different matter. But you've got to hand it to the Infused Bench squad. They are not giving up on this in the slightest. They're keeping that pressure up as much as they can.
They are giving us a game here in the semifinals, which is exactly what we want to see. But yeah, as you mentioned, boost starving is going to be a key factor later on in this match if Method is going to be able to keep up this relentless pressure. Look at that, it just falls in, and looked like the clear was going to be made, but the shot still was good enough. Let's see how that went. Looks like... Now,
oh no! Oh, Ice Teasy, what a shot. I mean, it happens to the best of them, it really does. That was just unfortunate. He got a decent amount of pace on it initially, just had too much angle going towards the goal, and it came home instead of coming away.
Vlad immediately tries to go for the third goal, but yeah, Method already has a fair lead, so maybe Ice Teasy can do something about that. Not if Magnus is going to make the save there. Vlad pushes it over to the middle. Magnus has to come up, but there is Al Dente. McLovin with the pass. This might be a goal opportunity, but it gets saved by Mets. A very nice attempt from Infused Bench. But if this is Infused Bench, what is Infused main team then?
I haven't actually seen the Infused team for a while, I must be honest, but I think they need to make this squad their main, because they are doing a stellar job right here in this semi-final. They really start. These are names I've seen before, but haven't seen for a while in top-level competitive play. I think I hope at least, judging on what we're seeing tonight, that will change, because we're seeing some brilliant pressure against the Method squad.
Yeah, as you say, it looks like the bench has to be unbenched. They've been doing fairly well, so they took that first game in the semi-finals earlier, but they're now trailing behind 2 goals. So McLovin is going to try and take it over from the side, but there's Mets already in between Al Dente then. To make a proper clear. Tries to fly up for it, but look at that Ice Teasy still with the save. But the pressure from Mocket, what am I saying? Constantly want to say Mocket, I don't know why. Method, there we go. The constant pressure for Method's really there, but it looks like they're able to hang on quite well. I mean, only 2 goals, it's not too bad.
But also, look how quickly that the Infused Bench crew are getting up into either getting to the ball or getting in a position to block. It is so quick. Their ability to read what is about to come along is leagues above what we saw from the Jesse fanboy squad. I don't like to talk down about players because I sure as hell can't play like this. But the comparison is there, clear to see. They are so quick, and how they're reading the plays is incredible. And again, 2-0 is the biggest gap we've seen so far in this series. So, oh, another one. No, well defended again.
Yeah, what we really are seeing with Infused Bench is they're able to play faster, as you said, but are going for so much more contests. They're just not giving Method the time that they need to make their plays, because we saw in the last game how deadly Method can be if you give them the time to work with. They're not doing that. They're doing exactly what they need to do in order to at least have a chance at trying to stop Method. It worked in the first game, but it might not work here. But they're trying to go for their third goal as McLovin still hits it up. But there's a lot. Tries to go for his famous drop. Will not make it. Magnus maybe with a pass, but Al Dente will slowly take it over. Magnus is still there in between though. Al Dente has to go for this ball. Finally pass it over to Ice Teasy. That was a good pass from him. It's gonna buy them some time. They'll be able to come back. Maybe an opportunity for them even, but Mets comes in between. Al Dente, he has to step up there and try to make an opportunity going, but with time ticking away, it looks like Method will take the second game, and that will be tied up the series.
And there it is. And there it is. It does indeed tie up the series. Something else we're not seeing a great deal of is demos. You're seeing the attempts. I mean, you're seeing all of the Method squad. More attempts from the Method squad, I think, than from the Infused Bench crew. But you're not seeing a lot of demos going on, certainly not compared to the previous match that we had. And that's because the Infused Bench squad are far more, aware of where everybody is, not just their own players. So again, it's that situational awareness that is paying dividends for them, because they're not being demoed, they're staying on the field that much more, they're able to keep that pressure on, and because that pressure is staying on in much bigger drives for the Method crew, they're having to play that more defensive game, they're having to think about other options than just pressure that they had in the previous series.
Well, the pressure that they've always been able to put up together with that amazing teamwork that they do have has really been the deadly factor for Mucket all the way throughout. Already shows with an early goal. More popcorn. 9 seconds in, and that's the goal for Method. Again, the quick start.
Yeah, Al Dente, I think, was out of boost. He went for that corner boost. I'm not convinced he was expecting that ball to come back as quickly as it did. Was very nearly there, but sadly not quick enough. 10 seconds gone. First blood to Method once more.
At this point, with the early goal from Method, we have to see the Infused Bench step up as quickly as possible. We saw in the last game what that early goal did to them. We know that if Method makes that early goal, it's going to be very hard to come back from, because in the first game it was the Infused Bench who were able to make that first goal, but there was the second already. Mats again from him. They're just stepping up the pace.
That's what happened there. A double commit on that defensive move just left the net wide open. The Popcorn Master didn't need another invitation on that one.
So there we are, 36 seconds underway, 2-0 over to Method. So Ice Teasy now has to make it clear. Doesn't do that too well. He's going to leave it over for McLovin, but he wins the 50-50. That's important. This might result into a goal opportunity. Look at that clear. The clear goes so far away, and we see a lot already coming in. Mets tries to hit it over to the side, but Ice Teasy's going to miss that. But a shot from McLovin, that was a beautiful shot. Has to get cleared out by Magnus. Pressure is there. They try and step it up just a little bit more as a lot. Yeah, there they go with the passing place. It's being brought back. There's Magnus. Pass over. Where is a lot? There is a lot. He can't hit it. I think the pulse was his biggest enemy there.
Yeah, a lot was just a little bit too far in goal, but that was slightly wide, and the angle that a lot was sat at, he knew he couldn't do anything with it. We're seeing a little bit too much panic coming from the Infused Bench team. Certainly more so than we saw in the first round, but certainly Method have stepped up, knowing what they were capable of doing from that first game. Method's... I wonder where that was going for a second there. But Method really have stepped up their pressure, so it just needs that extra little bit from Infused if they can do it. But to be fair, they're not playing necessarily badly, but there's just a few mistakes coming out from a bit of... Again, I thought they were going to score as I was saying that. Just a few panics that are coming out from the Infuse. They just need to iron those out, and they will be good. They've certainly got the talent to do it, as they proved in the first game.
Yeah, the pace has definitely gone down a little bit. They're trying to ramp it up as we speak, though. So we see it already being a lot lower than in the first and second game. That pun was not intended by that. Maybe now if Al Dente tries to make an opportunity for them, because we know Infuse's bench has to step it up here. I'll just call him Infuse from now on.
I was tempted to do that, as we haven't seen Infused as a squad for a while. I think I'll do the same.
Alright, so Infuse then. As McLovin hits it up. A lot's going to try and be there in between. This has to be the opportunity for Ice Teasy, but he's going to hit it over to the side again. Metzenors misses it there though, so Magnus will be the player who hits it over to the side. That's Al Dante, pass to McLovin. This is going to drop in front of the goal. This might be the goal. It is the goal for Ice Teasy. And Infuse is coming back. Just trailing behind by 1. 2 minutes left.
Stunning passing play between Al Dente and McLovin there. That just sent that one up to the corner, and Ice Teasy saw exactly where that was going. He saw that was going into the corner and knew where it was going to drop. He didn't have to change his trajectory. He didn't have to suddenly panic change his direction. He knew exactly where that was going. Oh, not another, surely. Oh my goodness me! Oh, that was so close to an equaliser there, but again, they've just calmed it down, concentrated. There it is again, the passing play coming out. They've just calmed their nerves a little bit and gone back to what worked perfectly well in the first game. Ice Teasy put that in the middle. McLovin, thank you very much. Metzenor too far back in the goal to save it.
Looks like that early shot kind of threw Method off, and with the pressure continuing then from Infuse, really stepped it up for them. I mean, in a matter of 15 seconds, they were able to close down that 2-0 gap and put it up to a 2-all tie, at least for the time being. There's still some time left to play, so we now see Magnus try and push it over to the blue half again. Is he gonna try? He pushes it up to a lot. There's a lot. Really the dark horse for the Method squad. He's always the player trying to do those crazy things like the a lot drop. Maybe we'll see it later on.
I love that. I'm definitely hanging on to it. Oh, great effort by Ice Teasy, but a lot was not allowing that one.
Very catchy indeed.
The physical play as well is something that is being done in kind of equal measure. We're seeing, again, not necessarily a lot of demos. There, we just saw it from a lot there. He went to try and bully Ice Teasy away from the ball. It's a fairly common meta in today's high-level Rocket League, but it is so effective. If you can't play the player, if you can't play the ball, play the player. And it's very common for the ball to be played, and then straight away that offensive player goes straight for one of the opposition to knock the defender out of the way. Oh, that was dangerous by Al Dente, but he got away with it. And we're seeing that in kind of equal measure. A little bit more, I think, maybe from Method, but again, that awareness, just saw Ice Teasy jump over a potential demo attempt there. Their situation awareness is absolutely on point. Oh, Magnus!
What was that? Look at first the pass from Maz, but look at a lot here. He comes up from the wall, passing it over to Magnus in the center, and it's beautifully executed. I mean, this is the top level play that we want to see. What a monstrous goal from Method. That
was stunning. Words just cannot describe that one. That was absolutely beautiful. Oh, and a great bounce shot attempt there by Metzenor. They may not take this particular match, but my goodness me, the Infused crew are making Method work for this. Oh, that was nearly an equaliser, but not. Oh, what a save by Magnus! Still live though. Can Infused?
Down. Not yet. Al Dente has it. But now it's going to drop. Surely has
no. To. Wow. Again, I'm coming back to the situation awareness that Infused have. They are making you can see how much more time and how hard Method are having, or how much more they're having to work for this one than they did in the previous series, and even in the first game. First game is often seen as a sort of feeler to see how your opponents are going to shape up, but again, just a 1 goal difference between the two. Method are not having an easy time of this.
What I really like to see from Infuse is the way they're defending. their defense is just so on point. They're able to make save after save after save, and that's really what's keeping them together in this game against Method. With they're just stamping at the goal. It's just so relentless, and it's kind of surprising that they're only able to get 3 in with that much pressure. But that's all. It's all up to the defense that Infuse is putting up there. It looked like Al Dente tried to make a cheeky bump against Matsunaras there, but doesn't matter too much. A lot scores.
I think did a lot get a redirect in the air, because McLovin was there for that. Yep, he got a redirect, and that was just enough, and only just enough, to put it past McLovin. Devastating passing play yet again.
Yeah, once again, we see the early lead coming out from Method, but maybe this is the equalizer. There we have the equalizer. It's been what, 5-6 seconds?
If that. I mean, but again, the kickoff is always the time when, it's a bigger opportunity for an offensive push to just catch the defenders off guard. As you saw, there was only one person back, and 2 of the Infused crew got up for that. It is still risky. If that ball is saved and it's cleared away, then 2 of the blue members are out of the way and not able to double back for it. But it paid off for the Infused crew. 1-1, not even a minute gone.
This is what we want to see in this 4th game. I mean, for Infuse at this point, it is do or die. If they lose this game, they'll be knocked out of the tournament, and we will see Method in the grand finals later on tonight. So they have to step it up. But what we want to see in this 4th game is, of course, the game to be as close as possible. With the equalizer being made so quickly, that's definitely what's happening here. But there is a lot. He's going up for it. He's gonna drop it even. Perfectly fine, but thankfully for Infused, McLovin was there waiting for it. Now the ball's going to come back. There's going to be the shot, but what a save from Ice-T's. We saw Al Dente try to make the impossible save. Luckily for him, he got the backup there. He's now going to try and push it over, but still, ball possession for Method. They try and lob it over.
No!
Own goal, no!
No, what a shame. It was a great solo play by Magnus to get it past 2 of them. It was Al Dente that was in the corner. Oh, that was just unlucky by Ice-T's. He was slightly too slow going up for it, and as a result, just bounced off the underside of his car, and in it went for 2-1.
Well, in Al defense, if he hadn't gone up for it, it would have gone in regardless by a Method. They were already so far up. The first shot itself was so good and near the target as well, and it was kind of inevitable. But what a beautiful save from McLovin there.
That was over half in, and he still managed to keep that one out. He managed to double back for that in time. I was certain when Magnus was setting that was going to go. Absolutely incredible. You just cannot count this Infused squad out until they are absolutely confirmed to be dead, because they are not giving up on anything. Oh, again! McLovin able to get a clutch save.
The third one is a little bit too much, but yeah, the saves that they constantly are making there are really keeping them alive. But yeah, at some point the boost starve is going to kick in, and Magnus will capitalize on that. That is 3-1 for Method. We're not halfway through yet. Indeed,
and still, 2-goal gap is as big as we've seen all series long so far. So you do see it in some squads where they just give up on the game. In the view of their opposition, but you're just not seeing that at all from the Infused bench squad. They are holding on to this one. Oh, that was so close. Can they capitalise on it being up too high? No. Al Dente! Oh, great effort. Oh, I was tripping over my words at every single opportunity there, which is not great for a commentator.
It happens sometimes, especially if it's going to be so close. You just don't know what's going to happen at that point when we saw Al Dente trying to make the dribble through. But yeah, a lot of pressure we see coming in from Infuse's bench, or Infuse, the way you want to call it. What did Magnus try to do there? He tried to go for the sickest drop ever. He's going to make the goal now. It's unfortunate that we can't see what he tried to do before, because if he made that, well, that would have been absolutely unreal.
Oh, well, that was fairly impressive in itself. No, it came off the corner of the wall and dropped down, and Magnus couldn't quite get that last touch to send it home. That's why it looked a bit strange from the outside shot.
Alright. But yeah, it means that the Infuse's bench is now trailing behind 3 goals with 1:40 left, so they will have to make a goal quickly before this is going to turn into a shooting range. A lot then. McLovin wins that contest, but there's Magnus already waiting. Ball's still going to get put through. McLovin with the pass, but there is a lot still making that clear. Snars is going to leave it to him. Pass over to Magnus. Magnus with the drop. Magnus! What a goal is that?
Method are stamping their authority on that one. Metanora just stayed on his roof for that whole sequence there, but Magnus picked up the pass from the lot and just sent it at the top of the net. Wow, have Method gone into another level, and this is what separates the great players from the pros. It's just that extra level, that extra opportunity to step it up yet another gear, and that's what we're seeing by Method. Again, Infused have done brilliantly well, but 4 goals against this squad in a minute, even for Infused, that is going to be very, very hard work.
Yeah, I think at this point, Infused has to give everything they've got to try and make anything happen in this game. They might have to drop their guard on defense a little. Yeah, the first team that's going to capitalize on that obviously will be Method, and that's going to make it tough for them. You have 4 goals trailing behind 40 seconds. That means 1 goal every 10 seconds. And in the first 10 seconds, they almost got one. But this will be very tough to overcome. And if they don't, unfortunately, the story for them, at least tonight, will end. As Method will move over to the grand finals then. I'm still ticking away. 20 seconds left. Al Dente now with the opportunity. McLovin has to make the pass now. ICZ is waiting, but the clear. And this is going far. This will be a goal for a lot to secure it. 6-1 the Method. And this is game, set, and match.
Pretty much. Exactly as you said earlier, Infused had no choice. They had to bring that third man up in order to try and force some goals through. And that's the consequence of it, unfortunately, is just if there is a clear that happens, it leaves the goal wide open. But Infused had no choice.
Got another pun for you. Game, stat, and maths.
Nice.
Whatever. Maybe a final goal to at least put a stamp on all the work that Infused put in there. Doesn't happen, unfortunately, but big kudos to Infused here. They took the first game against Method. They were able to make it actually fairly close in the second and third game. Unfortunately, in this last goal, it turned a little bit into a shooting alley. Fortunately for them, done very well, but they lose this the semi-finals 3-1, and that means Method will be moving over to the grand finals against either. Let's see who we have. I
think that semi-final is still actually going. Or has that semi-final finished? Yeah, that semi-final between Gale Force Esports and the Real Gangsters. For anyone unfamiliar with the roster, it is there. It's Snasty. For goodness sake! Mixing up player names against Snasky, Sicky, and Stocky. All their names ending in E's. Now that match was a little bit delayed getting underway, so the grand final is going to be a little way off, so do bear with us. That is the current semi-final that is going on the Rocky Baguette channel. By all means head over to there, or if you wish to see it in French, that is the language it's being broadcast in. So it is going to be Method versus either GFE or the Real Gangsters. We will get that set up for you as soon as we can. Do bear with us. We'll be back on air when the grand final is ready to go.
Took me down, had me feeling alone. So long, darling. Right here and now, we can try this again. If you're in, I'm in, darling. I finally see what I need to be free. Too bad. No holding back, I've made up my mind. Seeing what's next, I'm not sure what I'll find. Holding the key firmly in my hands. I'm looking forward, I know where I stand. And this is it, I've nothing to lose. Now is the right time, I'm making my move. I wanna hold it down. let you go, can't let you go now. Making it so hard. You got to know now. Ooh, taking it too far. Nothing cold now. I'm falling apart. I'm in the cold now. Breathing underwater now. I can't let go.
Infinite power. Infinite power.
It is finally here, our grand final for this evening. I do apologise for the fact it took quite a long time to get to this point, but Gale Force and the Real Gangsters had quite a humdinger of a semi-final, going to 5 games and at least 2 overtimes. And they were a little bit delayed in starting, so that of course held us back a little bit. But never mind, we are here nonetheless. Mythsky, how was that for you?
Yeah, I watched the stream a little bit. What an intense game that was, but what a way for Gale Force to win it. A reverse sweep over the Real Gangsters. You could almost call them Fnatic, even though you have 2 players from Fnatic, and then Stocky from the Juicy Kids, who apparently has left the Juicy Kids.
Has he?
Sure. I heard some people in the chat make a remark that he said something about it on his Twitter, but I have not been able to verify it yet. To be fair, I didn't have the time to check yet.
Interesting. Well, yeah, so we essentially have Fnakids. You can't really say that properly. As a mixture of Juicy Kids and Fanatics. Now, Gale Force and Method are crossing swords once again. Gale Force have already lost to Method during the league play of RCS, so it should be very interesting to see how they stack up in this evening's match. Also bearing in mind that, as we know, Gale Force have already gone through quite a heavy match leading up to this point. Method, of course, have had a chance to have a break, but we have got our players in, and in they go.
Yeah, it's been quite an ordeal in the last game for Gale Force. As already said, they made a reverse sweep over the Real Gangsters, and as we could say in style, the Force is with them.
You enjoyed that, didn't you?
I definitely did. Had to think about it for a while, but I got my puns ready.
Oh,
anyways, here we go. The game's underway, and Gale Force is trying to take out the goal from the start. CK'd up. Almost getting beat out by Metsonora's there. There comes a lot. Turpulsa is going up. He as well playing with that Skyline. We see more players picking it up. Let's see, K-Dop still's got the Octane, another Octane for Violent Panda. Yeah, the full squad of Method, of course, with the Octane. But this is the second Skyline we've seen tonight.
I think it's the same Skyline. Oh no, sorry, it was McLovin, wasn't it, that was running the Skyline before?
It was McLovin.
So these players have crossed swords so many times. Oh, hello! A lot from Method, thundering that one home in the top right. Goodness me, Turbo Pulsar didn't get a great clear on it, and K-Dub just missed it, and Violet Panda just didn't have... I don't know why, he just didn't seem to see it coming and didn't get into position for it.
Well, these are the kind of plays that Method will have to make if they want to win against Gale Force here. Of course, as you already mentioned earlier, they did beat them in league play earlier in the RLCS. They, of course, also won the RLCS league play, basically. I mean, they ended first after PSG kind of surprisingly dropped that final game against Was it Envious? I think it was Envious.
It was Envious, yeah. It was, wasn't it one of the only wins that Envious had, unbelievably, RLCS Season 3 champions, and they didn't make it through League play. But we have seen that before. G2 didn't make it through, didn't even make it to League play after getting when they were Kings of Urban, they didn't make it through into League play for Season 2. But there we go, that's another matter, as we see the now pressure coming in from Gale Force. But yeah, this really is Clash of the Titans yet again between these two squads, and it really could go either way. But Method getting the early momentum. Let's see what happens next.
Hopefully Metzenars will be able to pick up the ball here from the side. Doesn't beat out Kate up there. What a lovely read from Kate up. Again, gets it through. This could be the opportunity. Turbopolza sends it up. Kate up with the pass back, but not good enough for Violent Panda. That could have been a good opportunity for Gale Force, as they're still in the orange half. Magnus whiffing there a little bit, but thankfully for him, Metzenars is still in the back. Magnus goes up. That will be a pass over, but Kate up reads it first, and now Metzenars has to come in again, but there is a lot. Quite far away for that.
Yeah, Method were really slow on that last offensive push. There was just that ball. Metzenars put that ball into the middle, and there was just no one there to follow it through. Gave Gale Force all the time they needed to regroup for that one. And again, we're seeing just one player up. It was Magnus that time. Their offensive play just seems to be scattered for some reason. They've taken the early lead, but it could be they're just playing a much more defense-heavy game, judging by the fact that their opponents are Gale Force. So we will see.
Well, for now, there's no reason for Gale Force to worry yet. I mean, we saw in the last semi-finals they were able to make a reverse sweep, and right as I say that, they make the equalizer. Violent Panda puts one on the board for Gale Force.
Just a solo play. Kado was down there. He didn't even get a touch on the defender, or it was Magnus. And Violent Panda said, oh, well, fine, I'll just carry this off the ceiling all on my own then.
Fair enough, and that's exactly what they need. Match is being brought back to an equal score, 1-1, as we mentioned. Although Violent Panda wants to put one in, does that straight away. And as soon as we set that, in a matter of seconds, Gale Force takes over this game.
That was and there it was, just not enough height on. I think it was Metzenars that came out of the goal as a strange whiff, really. We don't expect to see that from the likes of Method, but even the greats make mistakes. Oh, look at that! 2 dead balls right in the middle of the field.
Thankfully for them, it doesn't have any consequences. K-Dop tries to put it through. Magnus now with a long pass. Was kind of looking for a lot there, but fortunately for Gale Force, he was not there, because we know what he can do with those balls. There's Magnus, going to try and go for a double touch. That's a goal!
Beautiful! I mean, a lot was there to back that one up. Violet Panda tried to put it to the wall, but Magnus was already there. Violet Panda probably didn't realise Magnus was waiting for that one and just double touched that one off the back wall. Beautiful equaliser, 1:35 to go.
Yeah, we would almost see a copy of one of the goals that we saw in the semi-finals, but as soon as Magnus saw that he got a good hit off the wall, he was probably shouting all the way over a lot that this one's mine, leave it to me. And he put one in. Beautiful goal, and that's the equalizer too. A little bit over a minute, and there is Magnus again. Tries to. What is he trying to do there? He almost faked out the goalie, and Gale Force has to go on full defense mode. They want to try and stop this onslaught, but it doesn't work. A lot makes it 3.
A thunderous shot from a lot there. The pass came off of Magnus. A lot blats that one forward, but Turbo Pulsar doesn't quite get enough pace to send that one away from the goal. 3-2. Wow, well, this really could go either way, but the momentum now back with Method.
Yeah, for now we've seen the amazing goals already, but this is a game that we were waiting for all evening. There's only one thing that we are missing, and that's your famous quote, King-Kodiak. We're still waiting for that ball to go downtown.
Oh goodness me! Oh, well, remember that. I haven't used that one in a long time. But we'll, if we get a shot from come home from their own half, then sure thing. I will just for you in the chat. I will happily do so.
Well, keep an eye on
that was beginning to cross the line, but a lot just managed to keep that one away.
I didn't really see that coming. You saw a lot waiting, like, do I have to go for this? And at some point he realized, I do need to go for this one. And that's why he got it so late. He does get it in time. Now Magnus has to get out, wins that 50-50 and gets the clear as well. Also the Savior medal for him. A total of 7
Whoa!
saves have been made. Oh, well, there's the goal. Allah clears it. But as I was saying, 7 saves have been made by Method, and only 3 by Gilforce.
139 kilometers an hour. That one was going into the next server. My God, that one pinched hard.
The next server, I like that. All the way from EU to NA.
Yeah. And your first round then to Method. Are we going to see them hold on to a commanding lead over the Titans of Gale Force? We will see. So just update the round marker here. And not exactly a great deal many shots from Method. 5 shots, 4 of them coming home. 10 shots from Gale Force. Goodness me.
Yeah, I think at this point Method has been more accurate, and definitely with the saves they were just on point. That is really giving them the edge in this game. The saves and their accuracy is also on point. But as you already said earlier on, this can go either way. I mean, this is a best of 7 game. These are the grand finals. I would be very surprised if this ends up in a clean sweep. But you never know.
We've
Friday
seen
13th after all.
We've seen it before. Let's see what we see again. That was a terrible sentence. Let's see what we see again. What the hell am I saying?
Not sure. But we'll
No,
find
I
out
don't know.
shortly. Let's see what Panda can do with this ball. It is already being cleared out by a lot. The pass over to Magnus is not too good, but Magnus is going to try and do it all by himself. There is Turbo Pulsar trying to put it through. Going to try and go for that dribble with that beautiful Nissan Skyline he's got. Again, a DLC from the Fast and Furious that we see, but this might be the most like car so far.
Indeed, usually the Batmobile is the other non-octane car we see, but haven't seen any of those this evening. But then we haven't seen Cooksit play, have we? He's still a lover of the old cereal box car. As oh, I thought a lot was going to put that in his own goal for a second. K-Dub coming through, but no, that's not going to come home either. Oh goodness me, that was Method really clutching at that defence, but just about keeping that one away.
Maybe this one, a beautiful shot from Turbo Pulsar. It was quite a difficult angle for him to make, so wasn't able to fully launch that into the goal. The offense is still going for Gale Force. We're still scoreless in a little over the first minute, but I think Turbo Pulsar wants to make that different. Does not happen yet, and a lot demos him. Sees the opportunity for Gale Force coming in. He manages to shut that down. Now then, none of the defenders from Method really went for that. Turbo Pulsar doesn't get that, but he leaves it over to Violent Panda. He just has to make the center. But there's Magnus. The clear over. We see Gale Force just waiting for the opportunity, and K-Dog trying to do that beautifully. It still doesn't go in. Maybe now the double touch. No, there again is Magnus. And defense from Method yet again prevails.
Again, Magnus saw that was going to hit the corner and die straight in front of the goal, and he was in the perfect position to intercept it. Oh, is this an opportunity for Turbo? Oh my goodness me, what a brilliant save by Magnus. How on earth did he get back for that? Oh, Violet Panda! Magnus yet again stonewalling Violet Panda. My goodness me, brilliant defensive play by Method. Still the pressure's on them though.
How do you even make that double save? Magnus is going nuts in this game, but their defense has to hold on because Gale Force is playing so aggressive. But look at that, 4 saves so far. We already have 7 shots, and we're only halfway through the game. Gale Force is hammering, and what's most surprising, only 1 shot from Method.
They haven't had a chance to get saying that! Oh! I haven't seen that balloon explosion before. That was the shot from K-Dub, and it was a mistake from Magnus. He actually sent that one, he actually gave it slightly more momentum, and caught Metzenor slightly snapping there. Oh dear, a defensive error has given Gale Force the lead.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate, maybe even ironic how that went in. The most difficult of shots they managed to take. That fairly easy one doesn't get safe, but at least we get to see the balloons. No popcorn this time. Balloons.
No popcorn. But never mind.
Should get some more in a minute, as a lot is now going to center it over. Method is definitely not done with it. This is being brought back. Matsunoris has to drop it over. But K-Dop has already pushed it forward. This could be the opportunity for Violent Panda, but he does not decide to go for it. He's going to wait and give the pass to K-Dop. That almost works out, but yet again, Magnus intervenes. And yet again, he also has that Savior medal in this game. Already had it last game. He's definitely continuing that. Turbo Pulsar makes a pinch against the wall. A lot is going to pick up on that. A lot. Are you going to be able to make that center? It goes too far. He's going to go back to grab some boost. He actually missed a boost there. So now he might be drawn out of the time as Turbo Pulsar hoists that up. Still doesn't go in. Magnus can't fully beat Violent Panda there yet. Matsunaris launched it into the blue half. Turbo Pulsar's waiting for that. Mets can't get the 50-50 win over. Turbo Pulsar again carrying it through, doing a lot of work for his team. Will it result in a goal? Also bumping Mets away. The ball's all the way back at Gale Force.
Oh, opportunity! There was a great opportunity, but no one was there. Method had already cycled back into a defensive position. It was a shame because that was actually cleared across Gale Force's goal there by, I think it was Turbo Pulsar. Oh, that was such a shame. They'll be kicking themselves for that.
Yeah, Turbo Pulsar is playing exceptionally well this half. Oh, Matsunaris couldn't quite get the angle on this one, otherwise we would have seen the equalizer. Violent Panda to take it through. Matsunaris with the shot. That save is not too good. And K-Dop will not get that. Magnus with the shot hits that crossbar. The accuracy that was so good in the first game is now halted. It's not on point this time around. Maybe a lot with a last opportunity. Magnus then gonna try and play Turbo Pulse out. The ball's being brought back, and this will hit the ground in a heartbeat. It does now, and game 2 goes to Gale Force. We're tied up in the series.
Wow, wow, wow. I mean, that really was a much more defense-heavy game from Method, but it was that one mistake. Look at that. 11 shots in all from Gale Force, only 4 this time from Method. But Gale Force, exactly as you said earlier on, they were playing so much more offensive-heavy this time. And they had to. They had to break that rhythm that Method were getting into. Everybody knows how dangerous that is. And Method have proven several times in this evening alone just how deadly they can be. And Gale Force had to capitalise on any little mistake they were given.
Well, for now, we saw how Gale Force was able to pick that up in the second game. We saw so far both of the games being fairly close, actually, but at some point, one of the teams will break loose and try and go and be a goal-getter, and that's when we will see the interesting games coming up. Hopefully this third game will be one of those. As K-Dop now tries to make the shot. Magnus is there already waiting, gets it past K-Dop. How many can you get it past Magnus? Only one. He's now waiting for the pass from Mets. He's going to try and hit it up. This is going to be on target, but K-Dop will already save that. I don't think it would have gone in, to be fair.
No, it was a little bit too high, but again, it was enough to just get that pressure on the defenders, get them to start moving, and force them into their defensive rotations. That's what any offensive player wants. They want the defenders to move around. And there's another we haven't seen a great deal of, is demos again. So I think that's only about 2 we've seen all series long. So they're not really trying the physical play. They're focusing much more on the passing play and scattering the defenders as opposed to demoing them this time.
Yeah, I think at this point, Method is starting to realize that they might need demos in order to win the game. Not sure if that's going to be successful for them, but they're definitely trying it now. But what a pass from Matsunoris as he sets up a lot there. That's 1-1.
Beautiful double touch in the corner, and it was that caused the defender in goal, and you can actually see who it was, to fly past them. Violet Panda couldn't get into position in time, and there is your lead goal of this match.
Yeah, this third game is already starting off fairly close. We're seeing a few more goals than we saw last game. That's not too hard with only 1 goal. And there's a lot again, but the save on the line from Violent Panda. As Matsunoris tries to go for another shot. Again, Violent Panda to intervene. Now has to win this contest, but Magnus just carries it safely over his own net. The shot is there for K-Dop. Magnus has to make the save. Does do that. There is a lot. again, Violent Panda coming in between. He's been doing quite good this next game. But there's our dark horse.
A lot yet again. Metsanora sends that one forward a lot. Could see that the net was open. And into the top left where K-Dop just had no chance of reaching that one. 2-0, 3:05 to go.
I love how Alon did a little backflip there to grab the center boost, then pushed himself all the way up towards the goal and made that goal happen. It's exactly what he had to do. He does make that happen, and now Method is starting to get a little bit more comfortable, especially now. There's the hat trick. Yeah, a lot already beats me to it.
Yeah, a lot is alive this time. And there it is. That just K-Dop yet again trying to get up and block that one. But again, the advantage is always with the attacking player. He can play that anyway. Is he going to play it to the right? Is he going to try to the top left? Bounce it into the bottom left. The defender just has to commit to one of them. And if the attacking player's got enough room, he can go around that defensive player all he likes.
Yeah, at this point, Gale Force will have to reset a little bit. I mean, being down 3 goals halfway through is obviously not what you want here in the Grand Finals. If they're able to make 1 goal, they could get their momentum going because they still have ample of opportunity and a lot of time to still make it happen, especially if Turbo Pulsar would be able to make it there. But now Mets goes with the dribble. Is he going to try and score that? Goes with a sick read, but it just goes off the post.
Mets again running out of boost at just the wrong moment. You saw that he pitched his car into the position to get that last touch. Oh, Turbo Pulsar nearly got that one home. Yeah, but Mets just ran out of the boots at that very crucial moment to get that one home. But neither side giving up on this one. Still over, just under 2 minutes to go. We've seen how quickly that ball can end up in the back of a net on the back of a mistake. So Gale Force know this, and Method know this as well. So all veterans at this. Oh, well saved by a lot.
Yeah, we have the great saves coming in from Method again. We saw it in the first game. They're now continuing it through in this third game. This second game, they weren't really able to put through because of that pressure that Gale Force was able to put up. But this time around, they're hanging on to that much better. But now the shot from Violent Panda. This has to go in. Maybe K-Dop, then it does go in. We see the balloons again. We can shout, yay!
Party! Or children's party. But again, it's that constant, relentless pressure coming onto the keeper, and you just saw it was Magnus just on his side outside of his goal after that first shot from Violent Panda. He had no chance of recovering in time to get K-Dop's shot away. 2-goal game, just over a minute to go.
If this is the breakaway goal that I was talking about a minute earlier, this could be exactly what Gale Force needs in this third game. But they'll need another goal fairly quickly because if Method only makes 1 more, it is done for this third game at least.
Well, they know they've got time. They've got time left in the series, and Gale Force know this. They've leveled the series once. They could well do it again. Like I say, they're all experienced hands. Oh, well read by Magnus, and gets demoed for his trouble as well.
The offense is still going for Gale Force, but that pass from Violent Panda was not too great. As time is slowly ticking away, they have to be really quick if they still want to put a lot of pressure onto Method. Metsonoras then doesn't go. He actually goes for the fake, and that kind of helps out because now with the demo as well that Magnus made on K-Dub, there's going to be no opportunity for Gale Force to launch another one at the net, at least to score one. And with time ticking away, there we are. We will see Method take game number 3. So far, it's gone either way. It went to Method, then it went to Gale Force. Now it went to Method again. And they now lead the series 2-1 in the best of 7.
Now, look at that. Equal number of shots and saves on the side of Gale Force. But goodness me, far more shots coming out from Method this time. 13 of them, no less. You know, much more different to the 6 shots, 5 goals that they did before. But just goes to show how much more pressure they're having to apply to Gale Force. Gale Force really getting into a more defensive mode, but they've just got to get that extra bit of offense through Method at the moment. They can do it. Both sides know they can do it. It's just being able to do it on the night.
Yeah, at this point, I'm really hoping this will eventually go to a game number 7. We're only in game number 4, but Violent Panda already strikes with the Hellfire goal. All these players have these special goal explosions. Why don't I have one?
You're obviously not opening enough crates, or the right crates. But yeah, that was just a lovely half flip from Violet Panda to send that one home. There was just no one there for Method to block that one. Very opportunistic, well capitalised then for Gale Force.
I cry every time not getting those. But we'll continue as K-Dub is able to center it over to Violent Panda. What a lovely pass, but this, oh what a whiff though from Magnus. That could have been the second goal for Gale Force. Fortunately for them, will not happen. And no, it's not in. Again, that should have been a goal too. And yeah, Matsunaris gets a return demo on Turbo Pulsar, who they demoed each other.
Yeah, a lot tried his best to follow that one through. That was just slightly too high. But as he was just too close to the post, there was no way he was going to dig it out of there. That's it. Here comes another. Oh my goodness me! A lot yet again. He just picks this one up. Says, "No, Magnus, I've got this one." K-Dop tries to actually fly straight over it. So yeah, he thought a lot was going to flick that one up earlier than he did, and he's just one-on-one. Good luck with that against a lot. 1-1 then. Just over 4 minutes to go.
Well, hello YouTube. A lot making a beautiful dribble past 2 defenders of Gale Force. And yeah, equalizing, as you said, for Method in this 4th game. But a lot has always been such a great player, and lately he's definitely showing up. We didn't call him the dark horse for nothing tonight already. He's just doing exceptionally well, and as we also heard the chat call out a little bit for Magnus, they mentioned that he was human after all, when he wasn't able to make that goal earlier on.
Even the greats make mistakes. Oh, that was a long old clear then by a lot. Into the middle, but a lot couldn't pick that one up. Oh, goodness me! Oh no! A whiff at the last one. It's on the last. How? That was so close. That was a mere. Oh my goodness me! Oh, and a simple finish by K-Dop. That was a whiff then. Who was on the backboard? Whoever killed that on the. It was Magnus. Oh, he crushed it in between himself and the backboard and just completely killed it. K-Dop pretty much looked at it and it then went in the goal.
Well, at least he gets a cheer up with some balloons for it. So they'll have to continue with it straight away. I mean, we've only been through 2 minutes, we've already seen 3 goals, and this might be that breakaway game that we were talking about earlier. The game where we're going to see a lot of goals being made.
Oh!
An impossible shot from Turbo Pulsar just gets saved by Magnus. But what was that?
That was a beautiful double touch, but again, brilliantly read by the Method defence. But that again, here we are seeing the difference between the greats and the pros. Both of these sides are pros. Obviously, we know this. Didn't need introduction, but they're both in the RLCS. We know this. But their play, the way that they're able to just... There's probably not a great deal of communication. They just instinctively know what each other are going to do. Oh, a shame that didn't come in for a bar down goal there. They just know what each other are going to do, and they know what they're likely to play on the back of hours and hours and hours of practice and scrims and God knows what. The result is immense Rocket League that we're seeing from these 2 teams.
Yeah, I think the only thing that will really be calling out is if they steal a goal or something. I'll be shouting like, my goal, like a lot does there.
Oh! Well, redirected by a lot. He went up really early for that one. Magnus off the wall to Metsunoris. Oh, actually, a lot was much further back than I thought he was on the back of that. It was brilliantly well redirected there for the equaliser. 1:51 on the clock.
This is what we see Method do from time to time, taking it through all 3 of their players before rounding it off. That is really their class, their play style, their signature move, as you would call it, and they master it to perfection, as we saw the equalizer being made there. Now Magnus makes the clear. Turbo Pulsar is trying to set that up for K-Dub. He's going to set it up for Turbo Pulsar as he tries to make a play happen. K-Dub now has to go back as Magnus is pressuring him. Magnus will play it still. Lot gets to read. Oh, both K-Dub and Turbo Pulsar missed that. Thankfully for them, that doesn't end up in a goal, but that could have gone bad.
They were so lucky that ball was not on course, because both of them just whiffed. Whether they just assumed that the other one had it and bailed on it, we'll never know, but that was a lucky escape for Gale Force.
Yeah, they will need those lucky escapes for the time being, because they are trailing behind in these series. And they will need another goal if they want to put it up 2-all. Maybe it will happen now if Violent Panda doesn't go for the shot. Instead chooses to go for the center for Turbo Pulsar, but it was not fast enough to be a proper center for him. Violent Panda is going to try it again. Mats has already picked up on it. K-Dub manages to keep it in the orange half as Magnus now carries it through. But also with the pass. Ball going all over the place. Will we finally see a pass? There is a pass. And now K-Dub, they have to break away. But that demo from Alad does a lot of damage again. I'm sticking away the final few seconds and we might head into overtime unless it's gonna go in. It does not yet. And with the ball's not on the ground yet. Mats tries to take it over. This should surely hit the ground. Yeah. It does. Overtime in game 4. Which way will it go?
Get yourselves comfy, people. This one could go on a while. Metsonoris is the popcorn king. We haven't actually seen that at all this series so far. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see something happen at this point, but what a game we have already seen so far. We've seen some beautiful attempts, some wonderful goals, and we're only halfway through. Potentially, at least.
Absolutely, there's at least 2 more matches to play, and could be more if Gale Force have anything to say about it.
Take our time. K-Dub tries to get it through, but Allah's already waiting for that. He just pinches it off the roof. The setup there from Magnus was good, but Metsonoris rather decided to play a bit more defensive. This is a trend that we'll most likely see continue for Method throughout this overtime. They'll keep a player back rather than committing all 3 players in front of the goal and making that 3-man play that they're so known for. Oh, this might be the goal. No, what a read from Alad again. As Turbo Pulsar still continues it through. Magnus with the clear. Violent Panda with the pass. There is Magnus yet again. Mats has to. Oh, Mats goes for the shot, and Turbo Pulsar has to come in at the end. Ball's
Damn you!
From side to side, but no goal yet.
Damn you, Turbo Pulsar! That was a popcorn shot.
You really want that popcorn, don't you?
I'm a bear. I'm a big bear. Of course, I think about food.
Do bears eat popcorn in a while?
Well, this bear does.
That's a good one. Maybe we should get you popcorn after this game.
Yeah. Oh, that was looking good, but a lot read that one off the ceiling brilliantly well. Again, they're so adept at reading where that ball just dies in the corner of the roof and comes down as opposed to just bounces off the backboard. These teams are brilliant at reading which direction that is going to go in. Quite a long time before it does. Oh no, a whiff by Turbo Pulsar. That was a perfect opportunity. He hesitated before in his last offensive push, which prevented the goal from going in. Oh, surely! Too high!
He's gonna come back, but still no goal.
Violet Panda put too much height on it. Violet Panda just put too much height on that, and Turbo Pulsar couldn't recover in time to follow that through. They are going to be kicking themselves for that one.
Yeah.
Whoops. Oh, and slightly too wide there from Method.
Now K-Dub, he will carry it through, but no, again, a lot is there on defense. Turbo Pulsar gets to read. As Magnus has to come in with the clear. This is not good enough. K-Dub can sit it up. Too Violent Panda, but also that shot goes too high. Maybe Mats manages to pinch it all the way into the corner. Violent Panda wants to pick it up. Pass it over. K-Dub missed it. Turbo Pulsar doesn't go for it. In that case, he can center it. Magnus still there. Center from K-Dub, but there's Mats. This is a long clear, and Violent Panda has to come in to prevent that goal from Method. Meanwhile, we're almost 3.5 minutes into this overtime, and this could be a long one.
Yet another overtime for Gale Force. But again, that just shows you how close these teams are, and it's something that EU is known for having such high talent at the top end of Rocket League, but so many teams actually are really close together in terms of skill. Now's an opportunity, and there it is, Violet Panda. That demo from K-Dot was perfectly timed to take that defender out of the... There it is, there was K-Dot's demo there, leaving the net open. A lot can't get back for that, and that is another leveler in the series.
This is what you sometimes do need in the series, and it works out perfectly fine for Gale Force. They bring back the series to 2-all, and that means we've got at least 2 more games in stock for you guys tonight. It can end in 4-2 or 4-3, but the question remains, who'll take it?
Absolutely. 14 shots on one side, 15 from another. All 3 of the Method players all having 5 shots each. Very nicely done. Nice symmetry. Well done, gentlemen.
What a grand finals it has already been. And we still got so much more to come. How much will the games even improve? Can it even improve? We already are seeing such a top-level play. I want more. I want more. I'm hyped up. I want more. I'll never get more. Turbo pulls out with the early goal. Only 11 seconds it took.
Ask and you shall get. There's that blooming analogy again as we had at the beginning of the broadcast. Well read. Turbo Pulsar went up quite early for that and just placed it in the top right corner. Very nicely done, but a long way to go in the match just yet.
Oh, maybe not. If K-Dot can immediately make the second. Magnus again with that clear at the end. But now, Violent Panda has to make the setup. Where is K-Dot? K-Dot is nowhere to be found. There is K-Dot as he finally gets in between. Just hits it up. There goes Mets. Mets has to go for a double touch, but I don't think he had any boost left for that. A lot coming in as he hits it over to the side. Still pressure on orange half. We see a demo from K-Dot coming in too. Maybe now the shot. Turbo Pulsar. This will be a center. Not quite, actually.
That's where it was going, but that got intercepted early on. K-Dot actually sending that away from the orange goal. Try and get a passing play going. And the pace really has slowed down now. It'll no doubt ramp up as this match draws to a close.
Yeah, both teams don't really seem to be a lot. Tried to go for a very cheeky play there, not hitting the ball at all. Trying to go for a fake. It almost worked out in Method's favor, but as I was saying, this game will probably see it a little bit more slow pace because neither of the team wants to lose this game. Because the team that loses it means that they will be with their backs against the wall. They cannot afford to lose another one, and they'll have to win 2 in a row if they want to win that tournament. So this game could potentially be the most important one moral-wise, as, yeah, obviously the team that wins it here is most likely to win the series, but with that reverse sweep we already saw earlier on from Gale Force, it doesn't have to be the decider.
And Gale Force no doubt want revenge on the RLCS result. So we will see if they're able to exact that. But it does seem that Method has got an answer to everything Gale Force has been able to put forward. For every adaptation that Gale Force has made, Method has then been able to come out with another change to their style to just get the ball past Gale Force. Oh, great fake out there. Attempt by Violet Panda just didn't come home. So again, again, these pro teams have got multiple ways they can play. They can play their game. They can play just long passing clears. They can do the fake outs. They can do the passing plays. They both can do it, and they both know they can do it. So knowing what your opponent's going to do at any one moment is part of top level Rocket League. Oh, that was a shame. Lovely double touch attempt there by the Popcorn Master, but sadly didn't come home. So again, it's whether that adaptation can just, whether Method can keep up with what Gale Force keeps readapting to their style or not is what we're going to do, is what's going to decide this series.
Well, maybe now an opportunity will come in for Magnus and a lot. This should be a shot for Mets. It is a shot for Mets, but Violent Panda will be saving that. We see Method trying to ramp up the pace a little bit as they are getting nearer and nearer to that equalizer. We still have quite a bit of time on the board, and Gale Force, of course, will have to defend that lead. As Matsunoris is trying to carry it over the field. Doesn't get the ground pinch that he wanted there. You see, Magnus is not even going for it. He expected to be demoed, and this is how afraid Method has become of the man-to-man play that Gale Force will execute if needed. And that might give Gale Force just the edge that they need in this game.
That was true, but there was also 2 defenders right with him. So, oh, never mind. They now level it with 110 to go. Magnus had the hold of this one. This really was all him. He got a pinch. Yeah, it was a pinch off of K-Dot. K-Dot couldn't get into position to actually get the save. Violet Panda was there, but that pinch just gave it the extra momentum it needed to get it into the goal.
That was a very clever play from Magnus. He saw that K-Dot was there, and he knew if he hit it hard, that K-Dot would be able to make the clear. So he hit it short and let K-Dot make that own goal. Very good mind play from him, or 200 IQ play, as some people tend to call it. But it does give him the equalizer with little than a minute left. Anything can still happen in this game, as we see a lot with the pass, with a beautiful pass over to Magnus, but it will get saved by Violent Panda. K-Dub is not able to carry it through yet, but Turbo Pulsar reads that well. Atsunaris puts it back into the blue half. K-Dub with the save. There's the savior medal for him. Again, a lot of saves we see made this game. 7 for Gale Force and 5 for Method.
Oh, Violet Panda, not the touch he was wanting. That bounced straight off the ceiling, so that essentially killed it. That's still all on Method's shoulders at the moment. Less than 10 seconds to go. It's going to take. It looks like it's going to take a mistake from one side. That mistake's got to be capitalised. Oh, that was an interesting looking shot, and Turbo Pulsar was able to double that for that. I did wonder whether that was going to be a coast-to-coast goal there, but not quite. Oh, again, Mitsunoris, great effort, but that's just met with a wall of blue, and we're in overtime again.
Don't tell me you're starting with the puns as well. Mitsunoris? Mets? Really?
Not intentionally.
That's what they all say. That's what they all say. Yeah, once again we're in overtime. Game number 4, we saw that overtime being won by Gale Force, and this time Method will want that revenge, and they will want to be in the lead yet again. They've been in the lead 1-0, they've been in the lead 2-1. Will they also get the 3-2 lead? This will be a very close series, but so far we have seen a lot of shots, obviously. Not as much as in the previous one. We've seen 7 for Method and 6 for Gale Force, and they're... was a little bit from Magnus,
and there it is. Gale Force actually take the lead in this series then. So Magnus didn't get hold of that one. Mitsunoris missed it, and Turbo Pulsar just saw where Magnus was and put it in a place where he knew Magnus was never going to reach it.
Yeah, that was
3-2.
unfortunate for Magnus.
But well played by Gale Force as they now take the lead and move into match point.
Yeah, it's the first time in this series that Gale Force is up in the game. Also the first time that one of the teams is able to take 2 games in a row. And they're now so close to winning these series and giving themselves a good omen. Possibly going into the regional playoffs. I mean, Gale Force still has to fight for it. I think they'll be playing Flipside on Sunday. Are they?
Much to my disgust, I haven't seen the schedule for this weekend, so I don't know who they're playing. That's completely my own fault.
Yeah, they will need another game to qualify themselves for the RLCS, but if they already manage to take down the number 1 seeded team for the regional playoffs, which is Method, who already are in the DC LAN, so yeah, it
should have been in the EU.
Give them, good hope.
They should have put the land of the
EU.
EU. Boo!
I heard a lot of people say about that, but to be fair, most of the big tournaments are hosted in the States. I mean, what big tournaments did we have in the EU apart from the RLCS? I think it was DreamHack that we had here, and I think that was it.
Yeah, but you've got to bear in mind how much bigger Rocket League has become since those tournaments happened. So, but then I think a bigger portion of the player base is probably based in America. You've got to think there's a reason why they picked that particular venue. That wasn't a last minute thing, despite the fact the announcement was very late. That would have been in the planning for months. So they picked that very early on. They'd have their reasons for it. I did kind of hope that it would be in the Gfinity Arena here in London, but that was a purely selfish hope because I'm in the UK. Of course I would hope that. But it is what it is. Yeah, a lot of people were in uproar about it. Ooh, a great last-minute save there by Turbo Pulsar. Anyway,
Well, I guess we'll see where it goes in the 5th season. But,
we better talk about this game, I suppose.
Yeah. Just to make a cheeky comment before we leave, the most tournaments are happening in the NA, but the EU is still better.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that. But then, and NA's had one champion, we've had two so far.
So I have statements to back it up.
Yeah.
Well, whoa, Violent Panda, don't do
That
that.
was
though.
risky.
It's really not what we're seeing, these kind of things. We're trying to back you guys up, come on. But yeah, we're still scoreless in this game as we go back into game number 6. I've almost lost track of it.
This is game 6,
game
yes.
number 6, and Gale Force is on match point in this series, in this grand finals, and they are so close to taking it. Let's switch over to the plays as the ball is now in method half. Skate Up gets it past one defender, almost gets it past 2, but the ball's still up there. But Stars doesn't get it a lot with that save on the line, has to make the save again, and he does do that. Method so far hangs on, and we're halfway through now.
Yeah, that was played straight into Alot's face, so he positioned himself well, but that should have gone anywhere else, obviously. But there was an opportunity, there was a bit of a panic then just to play the shot. I didn't see who... Never mind, K-Dog got it home anyway.
There are the balloons once again, and Gale Force will take the lead, and with just over a minute left on the clock, they are where they want to be. They've got one leg near the trophy, if they were to get the trophy. But hey, it's still pride, and some money.
And some
Don't
money.
forget the money. You can buy popcorn with that.
You can buy quite a bit of popcorn for 250 British pounds. About, what's that, about 350 euros, I think? I don't know what the...
Something like that. But you also get balloons.
Balloons, yep. Can't forget the balloons. Oh, there's another one. K-Dop again!
There are more.
Well. K-Dop's like, right, we've let you have your fun. You've had the lead twice. Now it's my turn. We get that childish yay in that goal. I did notice it earlier. It still makes me smile. My inner child
I'll
is
try
happy.
to do it again next time, alright?
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah, I mean, that was... Metsonoris just completely missed that one. There it is, look. He just completely missed it. No one else able to get back for that. K-Dot slammed that straight into the middle. There was no way he was going to miss that.
Just already seeing in the chat, can't stop the K-Dot. 3-0 to Gale Force, and it looks like Method is finally crumbling down, as we could say. But it's definitely not over yet. I mean, they just need one goal to put the pressure back into Gale Force. If they are starting to get worried then, so far they're not really able to make a good shooting opportunity. They've only got 3.
Oh no!
And there's the 4th goal for K-Dot. More balloons, more yays!
More balloons, but I think you're going to get your wish. Yes, you are. That was from well within his own half. So that is downtown!
And that rounds up the stream for tonight, isn't it? We've seen everything we want to see.
Popcorn, balloons, and downtown. Yep. So what has happened to Method? I mean, that was a fairly simple mistake, but that's a mistake on a mistake on a mistake. So Method have they fallen asleep? Well, granted, it's getting pretty late for some of these players, but
I don't think it's that. Well, it might actually be. I think isn't Finland 1 hour ahead of EU?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. See, that's why. Yeah, it will be almost 1 a.m. there. So indeed, fatigue could be an option or possibility in this game. But to be fair, I don't think it's that. I think at this point it really is Gale Force being able to put the hammer down. They've been able to put so much pressure onto Method, and they've been playing so well all evening. They still are playing out of their minds, but they're just not able to score anymore in this series, and that seems to be the thing.
that's the way it goes sometimes. I mean, you see it even at RSCS level where a team will get a Brazil scored against them and then they win the next series pretty dominantly. It's just Rocket League, you make your own luck, as we all know. and sometimes the chips just fall straight into your hands. So as Gale Force enjoy this one, four goals in 10 seconds, even for Method, I think it's going to be a bit too much.
Well, maybe we're going to see one final goal. I mean, there's nothing going to change in the results. We will see Gale Force Esports take that Gfinity Cup. It doesn't happen quite yet. Will we still see a final? No, they're not going for it. Already calling the GGs. It's a 4-2 win for Gale Force, and they're definitely carrying in momentum for the regional playoffs that will be held on Sunday for the RLCS.
They have exacted their revenge. It took 10 shots from Gale Force, 5 from Method to get that win. But what a convincing win it was in the second half of that last game. Gale Force was able to go yet another level up. Method maybe have backed off a little bit from that. Maybe they kind of conceded that they weren't going to pull that one back. But who knows? But that does indeed draw an end to this Friday night's Gfinity Showcase. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us throughout. Thank you very much for Mythsky for being with me throughout this broadcast. Always very much appreciated.
Yeah, I think it's time for me to step back in the booth every Friday, or maybe even on Tuesdays as well when we've got these Gfinity events. Just a quick shout out to Gfinity as well. Make sure to check out their tournaments. They've got many tournaments going out through the week. We of course have the 3v3s on Fridays. On Tuesday, I think do we have 1-2s, or do we also have 3-on-3s then?
It's 2s on Tuesday.
It's 2s on Tuesday. Makes sense. But yeah, make sure to definitely sign up for those. You've got tournaments for PC, for PS4. You've got them for Xbox One. And I'm sure Nintendo Switch will follow up as soon as that has been released. But yeah, of course, Gfinity doesn't hold tournaments only for Rocket League. And I believe their Elite Series also goes for Counter-Strike and I believe even Street Fighter. So definitely check that out.
Yeah, a number of games that Gfinity are involved with. So head over to ginnyfinity.net and see what they have for you, and get a team together. You may have crazy people like us shouting at you, or shouting about you, I should say. But for now, that is going to bring this cast to an end. So from me and Mythsky, just remains to say thank you very much for being with us, and we'll see you right here next time for more Rocket League action. Thank you very much, and good night.